his recent appointments to the National Labor Relations Board are indeed unconstitutional. The three-judge panel unanimously decided he did not have the power to fill those 3 spots last year. At the time, the Senate was away for the holidays on a 20-day recess. The administration is expected to appeal. This may be bad news for the president, but Steve Moore says maybe good news for jobs. What do you mean by that? How is it going to be good news for jobs, Steve?
Hey, Eric, I think this is a big story for a couple of reasons, actually, Eric. One is that, the president has been acting kind of like a monarch since the election. He's riding high on his horse. You've covered this story, Eric, about all the executive orders the president is moving forward with without the approval of Congress. And look, we're still a nation that is based on constitutional checks and balances, and the whole idea of congressional approval for these appointments is a key part of that. So I really approve of this decision by the courts to basically say, whoa, President Obama, you can't move forward without congressional approval. But also with respect to your question, Eric, about jobs, I think this plays right into the issue of, are we going to create the kinds of jobs and the numbers of jobs that we want? And I'm a believer that the administration is so much in the hip pocket of the labor unions that this is really restricting job creation. And those 3 people that Barack Obama tried to put on the National Labor Relations Board without congressional approval, those were all people who were extremely pro-labor union. That's why they couldn't get through Congress if they had to go through confirmation.
And here's why it matters, and let me throw this out there and see if you agree with me, because there are 3 people on the NLRB board right now. There are seats for 5. That means 2 more can be appointed. President Obama can probably not do it through recess again unless he does it properly through recess. There's question that how he did it over the last year and a half or so. So going forward, he'll have to do it through proper channels, right?
That's right. And now, look, people are probably wondering, why does this matter? Why should I care about the National Labor Relations Board? And the answer to that,
we care a lot.
And the answer is, Eric, is because this is the exact regulatory agency. Remember the controversy, what was it, a year and a half ago, about Boeing trying to move that facility out of Seattle and moving it to South Carolina.
Absolutely.
Those are the kinds of things that the NLRB decides on.
Is it surprising that the NLRB has that much influence over business?
Well, it shouldn't. I mean, I think you and I think alike on this, Eric. The NLRB should not have, any kind of input about where an American business locates its factories and its plants. But what has happened in this administration is, and it's just not the NLRB, it's all of these regulatory agencies, they're kind of sticking their finger in every kind of business decision that should be the decision of the shareholders and the CEOs of the companies.
Very quickly, not a lot of time, Steve, but the people President Obama tried to put on through recess appointments, will they be removed?
I don't see how they have a chance of getting through the Congress in terms of the approval process.
So they have to be approved now. Is that what they decided, that they're going to have to go through full congressional approval?
That's right. And the reason the president tried to do put these guys through the recess appointment was because he knew that they couldn't get through. Let's get some bipartisanship here. The president always talks about moving to the middle and getting deals done with Congress, but then he puts people up for these appointments that are far left wingers. That's not the way to negotiate and compromise.
All right. We're going to have to leave it there. Steve Moore, thank you, sir.
Thank you.